Excellent stuff there, Joe. Now, from their opponents, please welcome Keir McAllister.
Thank you very much. Now, I genuinely don't like this round as a comedian because speaking about stuff that's good doesn't come naturally to comics, right? We like dismal stuff, but I genuinely saw something this week that was so great, I can't wait to tell you about it, right? It happened on Friday afternoon, and I was standing on the South Bridge at a bus stop. Yeah, I know, man of the people, I still take buses, right? And I'm standing with this, and there's a wee woman beside me, and we've all seen one of these wee women, right? She's about 4 foot high, and she's wearing glasses that make her eyes look 4 times larger than her head, right? She looks like an owl in an anorak, right? And she's chain smoking, right? So her glasses have a kind of nicotine tint on them, right? So we're just sitting there and we're having a chat, and it's a nice day, and you can see all of Edinburgh, and we're chatting, and from down the street comes the angriest noise you've ever heard in your life, right? And we both turned round, and the angriest, most terrifying man that you have ever seen is walking up the street, right? He's in one of those vest tops, right? And he's bulging with muscles, right? But he's really, really angry, but he's got a tattoo on his head, right? Now, I don't want to generalise against a group of people with tattoos on their head, right? I'm sure there's lots of people out there with tattoos on their head who are very nice, functioning people, right? It's just that I've never met one, right? Every person I've met with a tattoo in their head has been a fucking lunatic, right? And this guy was their king, right? He's what, and he's barking at people. You couldn't even make out what the tattoo in his head was. And the reason for that, I think, is because whatever poor bastard, right, was signed up to do the tattoo in his head was probably terrified, right, and shaking as they were doing it. So it was just so he's walking up the street and he's barking at people as he's walking up the street. And we're watching this, and a bus pulled in, and a man stepped off, an Asian man wearing a turban. And before we knew what happened, the guy actually kind of bumped into him and he shouldered him. And there was tension around the whole room, and everyone was looking at him and didn't know quite what to do. And the guy just started with the abuse, and he's just going, you want a bit of this, you want a bit of this, you fucking this and you fucking that. And everyone's terrified, they're not knowing what to do at all. And there's a collective shame that's going on in the street as well, because everyone's kind of embarrassed, but nobody wants to stop this lunatic, right? Because they're scared of getting stabbed, right? So then what happens is the guy realises he's not getting the reaction that he wants, and he does something hideous, right? And I'm going to tell you what he did. This isn't a good thing, but he starts singing, "You can't shove a granny off a bus," right? But instead of the word granny, he uses the word packy, right? And it's horrible. Nobody knows quite what to do. He's walking up the street and he's walking backwards and he's doing this. And I'm standing there at the bus stop with this woman, right? And suddenly we see something that through this shame and through this that's going to happen, right? He's walking backwards and he turns around right in the middle of his song and he bumps straight into a lamppost, right? Now, it was the most satisfying noise you have ever heard in all your life, right? It was loud as well. It was people turning around going, "Is that the 1 o'clock gun?" Right? It was right? And he's lying on the ground and people are laughing, like the big issue guy is clapping, right? And the wee woman beside me, she just knelt down to him and she said the most beautiful thing that anyone could ever have said at that point. She went, "It's not the package you have to be worrying about, son. It's those polls you have to be watching for." and it just gave you that sense that there is some sense of justice in this world. There is some sense of justice. That's my good thing for this week. Thanks very much, people.
Right, okay, well, we need to dish out points for that, so I need some help from the audience to dish out points. So you're gonna give me a cheer based on what we think. So if you think the points should go to Joe, give us a cheer now. And if you think Keir should get the points, give us a cheer. Well, based on that reaction, I'm going to give 2 points to Keir and 1 point to Joe. So that makes the points 5-all. All right. Now, before we get into round 3, going to have a quick chat with Richard again. Richard, your book, Quirkology, there's a chapter about lying and how you can tell if people are telling lies. So I was wondering if you might be able to give us all here a little crash course in some signs for us to look out to if anyone is lying.
Yes, I was actually, my research is into lying, but dishonesty in general, actually. And so I was thinking about about 3 years ago, we did a study into honesty in Edinburgh. So we dropped wallets. We dropped wallets all over Edinburgh, 240 wallets. And we're looking to see who would return them on it. We put different things in the wallet. Sometimes we put like cute puppy picture, and sometimes a baby picture, and sometimes a couple, and so on. And so before I get into the lying thing, I'd tell you the best thing to put into your wallet if you want it returned is a picture of a cute little baby. 88% return rate on those wallets. So I have in my wallet a little cute picture of a baby there. I don't have any kids, but no. And so this study was on the news, and I was invited to be on BBC Breakfast News about it. So I went down to London, and the night before I told the researcher all about the study, and I met the researcher, and she said, have you got any taxi receipts? And I opened my wallet, and she saw the picture. She said, and I thought I was talking to the same researcher that I'd been speaking to the night before. I wasn't. I was talking to a researcher who didn't know anything about the study at all. And she said, I opened my wallet, and she said, that's a cute little baby picture. Is that your kid? I said, no, it's just one I downloaded from the internet. I haven't been on Breakfast News for a while, and that explains it. Anyway, so lying, I did study for lying for 10 years under a professor of lying, and he was a very difficult man to work with for obvious reasons. And but it's not about visual signals, it's about verbal signals. So if you look at somebody and you think, oh, they're looking away from me, they're rubbing hands together, moving around, none of those things predict a liar. It's in the voice and the tone of the voice. So hesitation, nervousness, not sounding kind of convinced, and so on. These are signs of lying. Lady here, do you find me sexually attractive?
No.
Yeah, well. Fuck off. That was it was quite an assertive yes. It was quite fast. So it's in the voice basically. Let's just do it again, because we'll cut this bit in for the recording. Just say yes in a really quite sort of convincing. So, lady here, do you find me attractive?
Yes.
What would it have hurt? What would it have hurt? So I think you're getting the picture. So in the voice, listen to the voice, hesitation, lack of emotion. Those are the signals you're looking for a liar. Thank you.